G'day guys, welcome to Bag of Bricks number 6. Now this episode I have titled Remember to Be Nice, and I'll tell you why that was in a minute. I hope everybody's staying safe with this coronavirus panic going around. It's been interesting, quite stressful here in Sydney. I think we were one of the first countries that had the issue with people panic buying toilet roll. Let's just take a step back here. This is a flu-like virus that infects your respiratory system, your head. Why do you need toilet roll? Doesn't give you diarrhea. Come on. Just be realistic, people. Come on. Doesn't help our governments aren't helping us on that one. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that one. I've actually spoken to some friends of mine who are very worried because they have, some are slightly older, some have issues like they've got something wrong with their chest, like a lung has collapsed or something like that in the past. They've got older people. It's very stressful. My parents are in their 70s in the UK. I live in Australia. I am very worried about that one. And I have a habit of getting chest infections, having had pneumonia about 10 years ago. I've had issues since then. I'm worried about that for myself, and I've got 3 children. I'm just like, what's going on? The impact is terrifying, and I've really been thinking about it this week, and in between trying to build Lego, I really wanted to just say, remember to be nice to everyone. And my reason for saying that is I have an issue in my sinuses. A couple of weeks ago I had a cold. It was a cold. I didn't have any headaches, no temperature. Actually, my temperature went down, not up. So none of the fever, nothing in my chest. As someone who gets chest infections, I know what that feels like. The trouble is, around this time of year, when it's cooling down, I get an issue in my sinuses. I have sinusitis and allergies. It means I get a constant drip. It means I cough. It means I constantly blowing my nose. I'm constantly coughing. I cannot stop it. I can reduce it, but I can't stop it. It's one of those things that takes a couple of weeks to clear up. Today, somebody near enough accused me of giving them coronavirus because I'd been coughing at work this week. And I'm like, it's not anything contagious. It's this. I could go to the doctors and they'll tell you the same thing. It clears up after 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm sure there's lots of people in that same thing. And it just really made me think, this person, I don't know why he said it the way he did. I mean, he has a habit of saying things in a blunt way. I'm like, it just really made me think, we've got to remember to be nice to each other. And that's something that I do love in the Lego community. Everyone is so nice and supportive, and that's why I love coming back into the community again and again and again. And I've been slightly AWOL this week, and I wish I'd been more active because I've had a crappy couple of weeks at work, and I've been super stressed about some stuff. I can't solve a problem, and it's causing me some headaches. And coming to the Lego community, I chat to my good friends like Mike, Dr. McBrick, and Mark, who's the Lego Room. They're both very, very good friends of mine. I love it. And I talk to them, and, none of us are in particularly good places at the moment for various reasons. Some to do with coronavirus, some to do with other medical issues. And we talk to each other, and I feel like we all make each other feel better. And I love that about Lego. I sit down, and my kids have had an argument or whatever, or they're upset with me, and we sit down and we build some Lego, and it's all forgotten. All of it. And I think that's like a really important thing about I'm not just saying Lego. I'm using Lego as a good example. I think Lego is a fabulous, fabulous toy. I very rarely do you see people arguing. You see the occasional fallout, like, there's been a couple of things where some Lego YouTubers have gone after other Lego YouTubers for saying silly things or whatever. It's like, I hope I never get into that position, which makes me a bit sad, because I think sometimes they go a bit over the top and are a bit aggressive in how they've done that one. I think a lot of you probably know what I'm referring to or who I'm referring to in saying that. I don't disagree with some of what they said. I just think they were a little bit harsh. And it's good to see that one of the people they attacked has recovered and come back very well. So that's good. It's interesting to see Greg over at Brickitect had a little prank couple of weeks ago where he'd been kicked off a show he does, and because he'd been talking with Ryan over at M&R Productions about sort of doing this, and he actually did it as a kind of joke, saying, we're going to swap out Brickitect Greg for someone else, and Greg acted all harsh, and everybody started jumping on the bandwagon and unsubscribing Ryan's channel and things like that, and no questions asked. And go back to Greg's podcast about that. I think it was this week's one, and have a look at what I mean. And his attitude was, his podcast is about thinking about doing things before the consequences of stuff. Mine, I'm talking about being nice to people because of what happened to me this week. I cannot. I'm flawed. I really am flawed. Like, if I was that sick, I wouldn't go to work. I would be at home in bed. The flu symptoms of coronavirus sound brutal. Like, you feel like you've had a good kicking from what I can tell. It really does hit you hard. I haven't had that. I've had a cold. All right, my cold got a bit worse because I've been working too hard and I was stressed. So, it meant a little bit of bed rest, but I was still up and about and moving and things like that. Coronavirus, you wouldn't be doing that, I tell you, from what I can tell. My sister-in-law is actually a paediatric nurse at one of the children's hospitals, and was talking to her today about it. And they're obviously being tested regularly, being exposed to potentially, on the front line. And they were saying, the best defense at the moment is to try and slow the thing down. It's inevitable that most of us are going to end up with the thing. It's just inevitable. It's just what we have to do is pace it so that our medical systems can deal with it. That's the stress. That's what the governments are trying to deal with. And you look at countries like Singapore have done a great job on it. China has done a good job on it. Anyway, I don't want to get political on this. I've gone off down that tangent. I find it fascinating. I'm one of those people who really I get into these things, and I really kind of do go down the path of reading a lot about these things and seeing what's happening there. I like to try and have lots of sources of news and see how people are doing it. And, in Australia, we're not doing a terrible job of dealing with it. They could have done a few things a bit sooner, apparently. Singapore apparently is the model of what to do. So, but we're not talking about Lego at this point. Lego, like I said, the Lego community is great. Everyone's so friendly, supportive. They make you feel good. They make you feel warm, and I like that. And that's, I want that more. I want that. I was trying to encourage my friends on Facebook to sort of be similar to that one. I have a kind of alter ego on Facebook. No one knows who I have this channel. A few of my close friends do, but not many people. So I've tried to keep it separate from me so I can make sure I have different conversations and not have that kind of blur between the two things. It's quite interesting to see when people learn to do something like this YouTube channel. They go, oh, really? Wow. I will say, actually, one of the things that I've been doing in the last few weeks relates to what I've always said about why I did this channel, and that was to get the confidence up in how I talk and present and things like that. And I actually did a webinar the other day with someone from Google about Google Ads. So we've my company's just become a Google Ads partner. We have a partnership with them, and my contact there came on and we did a podcast, the two of us. So she did a fantastic job. I did a pretty good job. Actually came out incredibly well. We had a really good kind of banter about Google Ads. We had a good chat. We talked about what Google Ads are good for, what the product's good for. And my colleague who I work with, who does know I do this channel, actually said to me afterwards, he could really tell how much doing this has helped. And that made me feel good. And that was a real highlight of my week this week. I did make one mistake in the way I talk about our business at the beginning, which I reshot, which was easy enough to do. Took my handy dandy microphone and we refilmed it, or we re-recorded that bit of audio and swapped it out. No problem at all. Nice and positive, good intro. Reckon it's going to do good stuff for the business. But it really kind of, that positivity, I'm missing that positivity at the moment at work. Everyone's a bit kind of, we're playing on the back foot, trying to play catch up on a few things. A couple of things haven't gone right. And it's really kind of impacted me. And then I sort of, what happened today with that comment about coronavirus really kind of shook me. And I was angry. I wrote a really long response. And no, delete it. I'm not going to say that one. It's just not worth it. I'm going to sit back. And I thought the best way I could do it was to express my feelings on a Facebook post. I did. I got lots of good responses from friends on there. And that's kind of what inspired me to do this podcast with this subject today. It was just thinking, how can we be nice? Why should we be nice to each other? Is it saying something positive to people, complimenting them on a mock they've built? Perhaps someone's not so confident about something they've done or whatever. Give them the feedback. So no, I think you did an okay job on that. You know, if they did make a mistake, give them the constructive feedback. Those kind of things. Like, turn something negative into a positive. It's always there. That's what I really feel is missing in a lot of situations. Again, like I had this thing at work the other day where someone said, "Oh, you know, you've done this and that wrong." I said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll take that on the chin. How would you change it? Don't just say it's wrong. I've had to change it and fix it. Say, what was it and how do you fix it?" You know, and I took it on board and I could see exactly what he meant after it, and I went in and I fixed 2 things off the back of that, and he was right. It read better. It read better, it spoke better, those things. And it's that, like, that bit of feedback. It's not just the negative is wrong, it's why is it wrong? Help me address it. How do I make it better? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear from people. And I know sometimes I can be a bit critical, but I do in my years of being a manager, I've always tried to support my staff and tell them how they can improve. I think that's so important. It's not just a matter of this is wrong. It's, you know, sometimes it's not even this is wrong. It's okay, this has happened. How do we stop it happening again? Let's not say it's wrong. Let's just say something happened. Positivity. The coronavirus, I think, is a good example of that. People have been maybe a little bit careless. Now people are overreacting, I think. You know, be sensible. You don't, you know, these face masks people wear are actually to keep germs in, not out. Sorry, peeps, but you're wearing surgical masks. They keep the germs in if you cough during surgery. They don't stop things coming in. That's not the point. Washing your hands, those kind of things. Be supportive, you know. If someone looks like... I just really wanted to be a positive podcast. That was all. I'm going to talk about Lego quickly. What have I been doing this week? I did do my anniversary train. Those of you saw a video yesterday. I love it. It's so cool. I'm going to do a proper kind of homage to this era of trains and crack out, you know, as I said, I'm going to crack out that scene from the 7777 book, my favourite book of all time, and actually build out that kind of, or a scene from that workshop. That will be where my train lives in the city. I actually did also start on my Rexcelsior this week. Hooray! It doesn't look like much now. This is up to bag 3. I ran out of time. There's 14 bags in this one. I'm building this set because I didn't want to not build it because it's intriguing, but it's not going to stay together. This is one of those sets I did buy, got it 60% off. Woohoo! I actually bought it for parts. I literally bought that for parts, but I thought, no, I'm going to build it because it's kind of cool. I like spaceships. Let's give it a try. I'm hoping when I finish building it, I don't go, oh no, I don't want to destroy it. But I actually got it for parts. I want to build an arcade with it. I thought it was the perfect parts. Those blue, like all that dark blue, lovely. If I combine that with some of the new Ninjago, those like beautiful radiant colours in the Ninjago stuff, that's going to look pretty awesome, I reckon. That's my theory anyway. Hope it works. I feel like I should be building my hospital at the moment, actually. I've got the city hospital and I've got another city hospital up there I got on sale because I was going to combine the 2 of them because I never felt the set was big enough. I've got that and a load of other parts to actually put together to build a bigger hospital. I feel like now's the prime time to do it. With everything that's going on, I feel like I should build a hospital. Yeah, probably is a good time. You know, it's cashing in on disaster, but at the same time, actually, it's a perfect time to build a hospital because it actually is inspiring because of all the things that are going on, and it would get good traffic. Studsburg's not looking so healthy at the moment. I've made some progress this week. I actually realised I've been stressed at work, as I said. I've had a lot going on, things in my mind and whatever, and I've also realised that this room was a bit of a mess, and I couldn't seem to get on top of it because my kids kept coming in here and trashing stuff. Love them, but they are young and they do trash things. So I've been trying to make the effort to tidy the room up a bit to make it, and I've found it's helping. I've got to do a bit more. If I move a few more things around, I'll be in a much better spot with actually doing it. And I've started doing some builds as well. I've got a backlog of stuff to build. Backlog keeps growing. How does that happen? I actually got a couple of sets yesterday that were on clearance as well. Oh dear. Addicted. One of them I really did want, and one of them I kind of had been looking at and thought, oh, that's another good set for parts. So I'll probably build it and then part it out again. I've got so many things to build. Joss actually today, I've got to do a video with Joss. I don't know where she's put it. She built a cave today. I was really quite proud of her. She did a great job with it. Yeah, totally off her own back. And I'm like, I looked at it and went, oh, I've got something that will go well in that. And it was actually a bear from the mining set. So yeah, I gave her that, and she was like, oh, that's so perfect, Dad. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Which unfortunately upset Callie because she then wanted a bear. So I've got to come up with a solution to that. I will say, we bought this. The Lego Movie 2 Spa. I got this set because I knew my kids would love it. I actually bought a second one of this set because it was on such ridiculously cheap clearance and it's got loads of good parts in it. But I'm going to say this out loud. This set's awesome. There's so many good techniques in this set. I cannot tell you. Like the way all of this is built up here is amazing. The way these columns are done is superb. The way this works. Look, watch. Ready? Batman. Batman. Honestly, it surprised me. I've had a few sets that have caught me off guard that are a lot better than I thought. This one has blown me away. I think it's really good. And everything you get with it, all the little side builds like the massage table and things like that, awesome. It's so good. And the minifigures in it are fantastic. So I'm actually really glad we got that one. I'm really glad we built it. It was good. It was fun. I built it with Joss. Joss got a little bit tired of it. She's struggling. She struggles a bit with the bigger sets still. Like, you know, the Newbury school, I ended up building about probably half of that, which I have no problem with because I wanted to build it because it's a fabulous set. That one there, she had a bit of trouble with a couple of things. Also got dropped at one point, which it does have a slight strength issue. I will say, if you pick it up in the wrong point, it does have a massive weakness. Excuse me. So that's what we were working on with that one. And then a couple of other things. I've got this we got a while back, and I need to email Lego because it was missing Rex. I was very upset. There's no Rex in it. So I don't know how that happened. I have a feeling someone stole it out of the box because it was a damaged box. So, which sucks anyway. We've been building some Minecraft as well. I love Minecraft. If you've never tried a Lego Minecraft set, just like, you know, here's a really good example. This is like the smallest set they do in Minecraft at the moment. I can't remember the set number. I've got the box somewhere. I don't know where it is. But great set. It's just like a really good set. I love the figures. I love, like, you get the animals in this one. You've got like a fox and a beaver on it. You've got, oh God, I've forgotten his name now. We've got this dude up here who's got extra weapons at the moment. He's not supposed to have all of that. And these little sort of TNT blocks everywhere are really cool. I love it. And we were building the pirate ship one, which is spectacular. It's so good. I love it. So I'm gonna finish that one tonight because Joss has kind of reached a point where she's struggling with it, should we say. She's hit that point, and I'm going to get her past it by finishing it. So yeah, this week my plan is Studsburg. I'm going to get Studsburg back under control. I did start laying out the tracks, and I realised how small my room is and how much I love trains. I did come up with an idea today, though. I'm going to, I think with the station, I'm going to put in a second line just here at the, like, where the the main train station is going to go. I'm going to put two lines in there, but have one of them actually stop. So it's not a full, so it's like it's a siding rather than an actual pass through. Because when I have the pass through, that's what really takes the space up, because you're going to have twice the lines, twice the space. Whereas if I do that, I can have a siding and then carry on. There's depot down there. I was trying to make all the sidings like open, and I've decided I'm going to put the junctions for that, I'm going to put underneath one of the raised areas, because that's dead space effectively. So if I put that under there, I've got just all the space for sidings. It will look nicer, hopefully, and it will give me more space for the longer trains, because I do have 2 cargo trains I need to get in there somehow. I'd like to build a third. So I'm also going to have to put some extra shelves in here somehow to store my trains that aren't in use, because I love trains. I'm going to put this out there. anybody who watched my review of the Lego of the anniversary set, who thinks maybe Lego are going to release some more Lego trains this year? Putting that idea out there. The 40th anniversary, this plaque feels... Ding, ding, ding. Let's see if it's going to focus. No, it's not. Damn you, autofocus. It's not going to focus at all. Oh, who feels like this tiny 40th anniversary that you probably can't see now was maybe a signal that something's going to come. Maybe Lego's going to do... I don't know. I'd like to think Lego's going to do more than just the one train, which is awesome. Get it. If you like trains, you won't regret buying that. If you can get that gift with purchase, perfect. As I said, I want to get another one of those at least. Possibly two, I don't know. But I'd like to get another one for my kids because they were itching to build it and they love trains. Like one of their best memories they've got is going to a train museum here in New South Wales. That's the state I live in Australia. And with their granddad from the UK. And yeah, they had an awesome time. I had a lovely time looking at the trains. They love trains like I do. So it's good. I'm glad that's rubbed off on them already. Anyway, right. I think I have spoken enough there. Anyway, just I wanted everyone to be positive, be happy, you know, just think about other people a bit. It's a tough time at the moment, and I really feel like people need to be more considerate and caring. That's just, I was thinking about it and thinking about that comment, thinking about how my friends have been, how the Lego community is, and I think it's so important. So let me know in the comments what you think, if you agree with that, if you agree with all my other ramblings about Lego City, Lego Life, Lego sets, building with kids, happiness, maybe coronavirus. I'd rather not hear about coronavirus. I'd rather hear about positivity. But yeah, if you want to do that, do that. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I do post regularly. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please give me a good rating if you liked it. If you didn't, give me an average rating. I do appreciate it. And if you are on the audio podcast, go and check out GJ Bricks on YouTube. Thank you for listening to my podcast, and I will see you again very soon, guys.